Here we go. Okay, today is the 5th of April 2022. All right. Now, today itself is a very good day because it's my sister's birthday. And I noticed that one of the, I think 2 students, right? The 2 students are also having their birthday today. I think they are, it's Raymond and May. All right, both of them having their birthday also today. Very cool. All right, 5th of April 2022, Tuesday. All right, today, look at the collage that I have for you. Now you can see that today, 4 of them, okay, in a way. All right, now definitely the biggest story this morning is the Twitter. All right, our Elon Musk has bought 9% of Twitter. My goodness. Now the thing is this, why I say my goodness? Because as usual, he's going to have himself again, going to meet SEC again, because SEC says before that anyone buy any shares that's more than 5% of the company, they must inform within a 10 days window. So obviously, Elon Musk, as Elon Musk, he did not do that. He probably have did over 20 days, and of course, in between, he actually said some stuff that probably drive the price down lower, and of course, that again give him the reason, an opportunity to buy the share at a cheaper price. So this is again a very well orchestrated strategy done by him, and definitely it's all right. He's making himself really a people, right? And of course, the question is this: if let's say he does that, the question, will he actually become the board of directors? And if he does that, will he actually reinstate Donald Trump back into Twitter? That will be a very interesting thing. All right. So first thing about Elon Musk. Second thing is obviously we saw some not so nice coverage. When the Ukrainian troops went back to the cities that the Russian left behind, my goodness, some of the scene is quite terrible. I'll show you later on. And of course, we have Mike Wilson. Now, Mike Wilson says that the market itself is still going to go down again. Okay, I'll share with you more about that. But the more important thing is this, the ongoing thingy in Shanghai. That is where the audio that I mentioned. Apparently, it's all right. There is some big problem in Shanghai, and later on, I will be sharing with you that audio that I have picked up from internet. Yep. Okay. So Mike Wilson says correction is fairly imminent. All right, we'll talk about this later. Okay, let's go. Now, as usual, again, disclaimer applied. Okay, disclaimer applied. Now, take a good look again. Again, this is the Wall Street joke of the day. Flaps down, gear down, ready for soft landing. Now, obviously, from this picture itself, if you understand what they're trying to rub in, is that right? The Federal Reserve is trying to have a soft landing. But if you are actually having something like this, okay, the plane is flying in this manner, it's going to be a crash, okay? So that is what they're trying to say. So even though you think that you have everything ready, but if you are not landing it properly, then of course, this might actually happen. So they're trying to rub it in itself. So a lot of people now are saying that the market is no longer a problem. Many people have been saying that this market will recover. Many people say that right now, with the despite the inflation, despite the inverted yield curve, everything's dead negative and bad, but the stock market is going up. So as long as the stock market is going up, means everything is good. Isn't that true? Well, apparently that is how we see it, because the P&L is very important, right? As long as the market is going up, I mean, who really cares about the economy? This is something we all know that, okay? So at the end of the day, this is something that is ongoing right now, all right? Okay? Now, apology this morning, I really got something on. That's why I couldn't have time to do a complete sharing. So certain part of the MAO, I will try to skip, yeah? Okay. Now, we all know that tonight we will have the ISM non-manufacturing PMI. Sorry again, the timing I forgot to change, so my bad. So we wait for the numbers later tonight. Now, the Dow Jones, basically, you can see from the beginning of the day, it was down by 100 points. And as usual itself, the buying just keep on coming in relentlessly, and it went back and closed. I mean, what they call it, it flattened out by midday, And after that, the last 2 hours, they managed to push it up once again. So once again, the power of money shows that the market is still going to go up. Now, the thing is this, the question is this, all right, we've seen this before, where people telling you that the market is going to come down, it's not coming down. A lot of people say, okay, Cal, you're getting it wrong. But I say once again, we've been calling for buy for some time already. This period, we are telling you to be careful. Now, yesterday in my video, I say upside itself is 40,725. Yes, I gave a 40,725 upside. But at the same time also, I also gave the downside, right? I said that the market may go down to 33,000. So again, I gave both sides, not to protect myself, but to tell people that, look, okay, if the market wants to buy relentlessly despite the economic situation, then let's buy. But if the market come and realize that, hey, you know what, let's just really take a profit in the market right now, or let's just wake up to reality, then of course the market will sell. This is always like that, yeah? Okay. So S&P 500 rises to the start of the week. Nasdaq gained 1.9%. That's a very big comeback once again. So technology shares was beat up in the first quarter, but then again, it went down to bear territory once, but now it's back up again, okay? So why is that so? Now, of course, one of the main reasons is because of the media stock got a very big endorsement by our Elon Musk, okay? The share went up by 27% in a single day when the news came out that Elon purchased a 9.2 passive stake in the company. Now, this is the biggest pop in the Twitter history. Of course, that is really incredible, okay? So the thing is this, would that be a buyout? Would that be even a bit more buying, you know, things like that? We don't know. But we all know now Elon Musk has a big stake in Twitter and he loved Twitter. A lot of his stuff came from Twitter, yeah? So because of that, we have a spillover whereby Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Nvidia all went up. Now, of course, US little company like Alibaba and Jingdong also went up. Okay. So once again, it seems that right, everybody is just going to be involved in technology. And I've been telling you this, technology will be the real front runner every time when the market do pull back. All right. So the thing is this, the 2-year yield and the 10-year yields have continued to invert, yeah, but the market is not going to care anymore. The market doesn't really bother it. All right, and of course, crude oil went up by 4% yesterday because of the concern of the development. All right, seems that right now there could be more sanction coming in on Russia, and because the way the dead bodies are, you know, scattered across the cities, this infiltrated, this pissed off many people, right? Many people getting very upset. Now, of course, the thing is this, whether the Russian did it, no one to know. But some people say that, well, the soldiers do have this so-called bad habit to do things like this, like killing, bludgeoning, and of course, they also will, you know, really do very nasty stuff to ladies and stuff like that. So this is something that we, based on history, it has happened before. So that's why people believe that this is not going to end. In fact, itself, it's not going to be just only end of the war. In fact, they say that now it could be a chance that to really, in a way, take out Putin at all stake. Yeah. All right. This is what's going on right now. All right. So there's no Dow recap for today. All right, because I will do that later on the Super Tuesday. So you can see now, this is the graphics over here as well. You can see that this is how it is look now. Many tanks are all taken out. Okay, all these are Russian tanks. They're all taken out. Okay, so you can see that seemingly Russia is actually losing this battle. And of course, you can see that civilian bodies, right, they strew in the streets in Ukrainian town of Bucha. Now, do note itself, right, there will be one graphic that's not so nice. So if you're not, you don't like it, just turn your head away later on. Okay, so this is what really is happening now. Very scary, and of course, this is the really the scene now happening in this town of Bucha. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a picture. Nothing, not that bad, but it's just like in case some people freak out. Okay, so ready? Okay. You can see that this is really civilian. They are all tied up, and then they're just being killed. These are all dead bodies. These are all the dead bodies, and they're all everywhere in the town of Bucha and stuff like that. So this is actually quite hideous. I mean, it's quite very terrible to see such thing happening. But like I say, once again, this is war. All right, very sad, but this is it. So guys, if you are in any religion, do pray and hope that world peace continues. Yeah. Okay. All right, so now this is where it gets really, really incredible. Just let you show you corner. Let me move some error here. Corner. Just a minute. Okay, now we all know that Shanghai extended its lockdown to 26 million people as the COVID test review. Now, of course, to lockdown is something that we went through before, so nothing to talk about. But there's something that actually really happened. Let me show you the article. So first of all, there are a lot of public frustration. Okay, there is this thing called, the dynamic clearance strategy, Qingling. So basically now people are all complaining that, right, the residents are complaining the crowded and unsanitary central quarantine center, and now food and medical help is a problem. And of course, they also have this thing whereby COVID positive children are separated from their parents. Oh my goodness. Which of course, definitely Western diplomats say don't do that. Yeah, it's actually going to give a lot of problem for both parents and the kids. And of course, the thing is this, there's a lot of people asking why the mild and asymptomatic infection itself, right, cannot isolate at home. In fact, itself, right, there's this particular case whereby a guy who declined his to be named says that, right, he was transported to a quarantine center after reported positive result on the self-test about a week ago. Then after that itself, he tried another test, and then he's no longer infected. But because he had reported, so they insist to bring the quarantine. But the point of quarantine is that he had to share a toilet with 2 other patients who are still positive. Okay, then his point is that, what is this isolation about? If you are going to put me with people who are positive, then what's the point? So to him itself, right, this is pretty bad. And of course, there are also people really, going crazy again, grab the bedding, the supplies, and the place is horrendous. I saw the video, it's terrible. The situation is like people like animals, okay, and people are just urinating, defecting everywhere because there's not enough toilet facilities. And of course, when so many people involved in the same place itself, right, this is very scary. And this is where I want to tell you about this audio now. Okay, apparently, a CDC staff member who's actually one of the management in a way, all right, basically informed her name is Tu Weiping, okay, says that, right, she really raised a concern recently and feel that, right, the testing is really crap because people who are positive are being told they're negative. My goodness, just to make sure that the numbers stay low. And this is really very scary. Now, of course, the writers not able to independently verify the recording, but it went viral. And I have a copy of that right now. Okay, I have that, and I'll be showing you very soon. Okay, so this particular thing is started with hashtag of protect Tu Weiping now because it's more than 2.9 million views, and of course she'll definitely face some punishment. I'm very sure because if you listen to her tone, this is actually really scary. So guys, this is going to be about a 5-minute audio. Okay, 5-minute audio, and it's in Chinese. So I'm so sorry, it's a real thingy. So let's watch it, okay? Let's hear it in fact. Yeah? All right. Wait a moment.
目前的资源情况下来说，现在是自身灾害明显大于危灾难本身。
我什么地方来的医疗资源？
那我这么可以理解吧？就是现在目前疾控中心也好，医疗资源也好，12345也好，健康院也好，你们这个几个都是分裂的，你们都没有形成统一的战线，这就是上海政府现在目前统战下来是这个问题，对吧？
对的，
对吧？很好，就是领导很简单，其实你这边也给我了正确答案。通过你这边，对吧？你只是负责阳性这个事情告知我，对吧？然后是否我要去医疗资源，是否我能不能跟进医疗资源，你也不知道，我也不知道。
对的，
对吧？
对的，
就是
我现在告诉你一个事实，就是病房很紧张，隔离点没有房间，120没有车，这个就是事实。
明白。
我们已经非常气愤了，就是说我们现在呢，让我通知人家阳性，健康云上呢是个阴性，我们都让人家打12345投诉健康云，搞什么搞嘛？
现在连上海发布微博上面都关闭评论了，现在我们老百姓没有地方可以申诉了。
对的，我早就提出来过了，你以为我作为一个专业人员，我早就提出来过了。
这就是专业人员发的声音，专业人员发的声音，现在领导不懂的人太多了。就是我作为一个
你知道我专业人员
老百姓人家没反映这个问题啊，真的是这个问题啊。无能的人
告诉他轻症无症状，你别把人家转走了，就在家里隔离。
对，
我都提了 N 次了，有人听了啦？ 没问题的呀。那你现在还来质问我？
整个上海这个样子，你说以后怎么去管？
整个上海是不一样，知道吧？我
那你最近太累了，你们现在就
我第一次看到这个信息的时候，我觉得不可思议。那我说你告诉人家是阴性，然后你告诉我让我去打电话告诉人家是阳性，这是什么鬼嘛？我看到这条信息的时候，我跟你的反应是一样的。
对，
就是彻底的扯一个字。你要么就不出报告，再检查，人家也在。
领导，我现在是有录音的。
可以啊，没问题啊，你录好了。
对你也不好。
好，那就这样。
好，拜拜。
你录音的话，你征得我同意了吗？
我这个东西，你是要告我还是要怎么样？我现在我也没有说，我现在是提醒你，我有录音，我只是想保护你而已。但是我这个东西，如果万一有什么事情，我会。
没关系的，我已经提出来过了。对呀，我知道的呀。
这个名次生还太厉害了。
大于新冠。
这个谁能够反映给领导去听呢？反映给这届市政府听呢？
你这样，你把我的录音放出去。对呀。
这人心惶惶。
现在问题是这个我现在不懂呀，现在我们都感到彻底的绝望，知道吧？都是没办法。
是的。对，老百姓最苦，说白了还是老百姓最苦。
对的，要被逼疯了，知道吧？我们商业机构也要被逼疯了，知道吧？商业人员说的话根本就没人听。
是的。
现在全部把这个病变成了政治性的一个疾病。
对。
花了这么多的人财物在做一个。
对，人力、物力、财力就全部都在往后退啊。
对呀，就在做一个类似流感的。你说你看到哪个国家防流感这么防吗？现在？
这段录音呢，完整。
Okay, so you can actually see here that right. She allows that to be, to be out because she really feels that this is really ridiculous. Okay, and it's very scary lah. And look at it now. This is a drone shot at Suzhou River. All right, you can see also the whole entire Shanghai now has come to this point whereby you can see the entire city has totally gone to like that. This is our level. No one is really moving around. Okay, it's really in a very crazy way. This is really incredible. Look at it. This is really incredible. All right, a full lockdown. All right, this is Shanghai. Imagine this. This is one of the biggest city, and I mean, I'm so sorry, but I cannot see how on earth and can this actually help the world economy, and of course like China. Wow, this is really crazy. All right, so you can see really this is not like the morning thingy. This is quite already at what time already, and you can see that it's ongoing like this right now. This is really crazy stuff. Okay, so guys, that's the reason why to me it's all right. This is no joke. This could really spread across China, and of course when this is going to happen, the economy is going to suffer. And wow, this is really incredible. Okay, so just share to you. You can see that only on MAO, I do so much stuff for you to prepare, let you know that what's going on around the world, rather than just only looking at the mainstream media reports. You're gonna see something like this. All right. So if you think that I did a pretty decent job, just say that you say you like MAO. Okay? Yeah, put away like MAO. Okay, that's all. So I can use it for my marketing too. Okay, right? MAO. All right, let me know. Okay. So seriously, this is really this is crazy because this particular audio now is no longer really not available now, right? This audio is no longer available. Okay, so okay, Dennis says that this Li Keqiang to manage the Shanghai situation. Yeah, indeed, he had to go down and manage it, but how to manage? All right, so this is what's happening right now. So this is the lady. In case I know who is she. Now this is the Zhu Weiping. This is this lady here on the left side. Yeah, that is her. Okay, so let's hope that she's okay. Yeah. All right, so thank you guys. Thank you very much for your like MAO message. Thank you, Chihao, this Fred, Susan, this Louis, okay, okay, Angel, Karine. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we talk about important market information for references. Let's take a look. So of course, our Elon Musk again make himself richer once again, right? Twitter shares closed up by 27% after Elon Musk take 9% stake in social media. Now Elon Musk owns 73 million shares. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's 9.2% passive stake of the company. So now this means that now with the yesterday's closing price, the stake now is worth $2.89 billion. And of course, that means that, right, that means he 27%. So that means that he has made easily like $800 million for himself. Goodness. I mean, this is like how crazy it is, really. I mean, this is how you make money. Yeah. Okay. So you come in to buy first, then after tell the world later, and the world just chase after you. You can see the share price up by 20% over. All right. This is really what's happening right now. And of course, now Elon Musk, the very first message after this whole thing is, oh, hi, LOL. All right. That means that, right, after things have happened, and it's a pretty like a rub itself, you see. This is how he do it, okay? It's really a rub, yeah? You can feel that way, yeah? Hi. Okay, so what is happening right now? Let's take a look, yeah? This is how the share price looks like. Oh my goodness, take a look. Okay, take a look here yourself. You can see here that this is how it goes. Of course, on hindsight, this is where the moving average actually was taken out, right? But the main thing is this, you can see the volume here itself was pretty slow volume. So actually Elon Musk have been buying a bit by bit every single day. All right. And he did it in such a good way, no one found out. And of course, when the news came out, because of the following result, look at the way it bounced up itself. My goodness. Now, of course, on hindsight, right, you can do a bit of like our TWB KCB. You can see this is a big candlestick, right? This is why it stopped there in a way. Can you see that now? Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, anyway, so the thing is this is what happened. The question is this going to be up now? Look at the RSI. The RSI is now at way above 80 level. The last time when we see this, it was here. All right, and the stock price was somewhere about $70. Okay, then of course it nosedive down all the way because of a lot of I mean, that's more and more people getting out of it. And then of course back then itself from Donald Trump, who was one of the main users now, it's no longer around. So that's why the share price has been coming down quite steadily. Yeah. So now, as usual itself, right? What happened? Now this stock is up. Now, how can it go? Well, knowing is Elon Musk stock right now, there's going to be a very good chance that we may see $60 coming in. That means that there is a chance to see $60. Yes, there is a chance. I repeat that, a chance to see $60 in the near term. Because everybody would like to copy his homework, right? And of course, we all know that the Elon Musk power, it can really move things and people chase after it. But if you want to hit $60, maybe it will come back down again. So you can consider this if you really want to chase after this belief of Elon Musk, or you not just stay out until it goes $60, then we see maybe you can sell from the top if you want to do that. Yeah, probably if you do that, I pump Tesla too, yeah? But Tesla pump also make money for a lot of people. Okay, so make sure that you know what you're doing if you want to, get involved with this concept. Because don't forget, the one that he's been pumping back then was Dogecoin, and then now Dogecoin is in a very terrible state at the moment right now. So please remember that, yeah, very important. Okay. Now, of course, because of this stick itself, you can get himself again his thumb in his nose again by SEC, because SEC already mandated that you have to report within 10 days window, but seriously, the fine itself is only $100,000. But so my point is this: would I actually get myself fined $100,000 versus I can make as much as $800 million? Of course, what? I mean, it's no-brainer, right? To pay, no problem, I believe. Okay, so what happened is this. Now, supposed to do it, then the 25th of March, we just recently itself, he came out with this particular thing and think that his Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle of free speech and stuff like that. He make people feel things and people get involved. Now, his Twitter account got 30 over million followers. Okay, 30 million is even more than this Biden itself. Think about it. So my point is this guy, when he speak and what he do, the whole world just follow. All right, you have this Elon Musk fan base. So with this understanding now, right now, if he have come in and bought so many shares of Twitter, then obviously going to the board is just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. So the moment he goes into the board itself, right, I'm pretty sure he will do a lot of funny stuff, and this will bring the share price also higher. And then after that itself, right, we see how it goes. But definitely, this is very clear cut that there's a lot of thing that he's doing. Then of course, look at it now, right? If the fine is $100,000 and it's worth $300 billion, that is only 0.00003% of his wealth. My goodness, the median net worth of a US household is about $122,000 US. So which means that, right, this money is going to be not even a slap on the wrist. It's really just probably a little fabric hair on his hand. So the thing is this is where, you know, there was once this guy called Dinesh. Now this guy is back then was saying that, right, you know, he tagged Elon Musk back then, back in 2022 January, says this, right, telling him that he can dramatically change the political and cultural landscape by buying and taking over a major social media platform. And of course, Elon Musk back then, his reply was interesting ideas. Okay, so is he doing it now? Very high chance. So this is not the first time as he can be doing this. In 2018, he used Twitter to tell people that he's going to take Tesla to private at $420. Now remember, that time Tesla share was like $200. And he said 420, and the share price shot up, okay, from there. Then after that, the deal didn't materialize. He got slapped on the wrist on a fine. All right. So what happened? It's only $20 million. Oh my goodness, it's still so cheap, right? Okay. Then after that, basically in 2020 again, he came in and says that, right, Tesla stock too high again, and of course the stock price came down. Then after a while, he added on more shares for himself. So again, he's basically using it. So you can see now, right? He again been using it, and every time he use it, of course, the share price will be, you know, highly gear up. So this is Elon Musk, all right? So again, he will do more stuff with Twitter. I'm very, very sure, definitely for sure, based on his way of doing things. So I believe that Twitter has more upside to go. There will be some whipsaw, but overall upside will happen, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. Now that one is on Elon Musk. Let's talk about some alternate market news right now. Now, bear market rally is setting stage for correction. Now, Morgan Stanley, Mike Wilson is someone that I've been covering quite a bit recently. Now, not because he's from Morgan Stanley, then I cover him, but because, well, his view and mine is about the same. Now, despite the latest market bounce, Morgan Stanley, Mike Wilson is bracing for another 13% decline between now till September. Oh, okay. All right, now his reason is simple. He said that this is a bear market rally. All right, things got oversold, that's why it recovered. To him itself, right, there should be another more downside to come. To him is that because of resistance and throwing back the 200-day moving average, it's time to remain defensive, and we are in a late cycle according to him. Okay, so but you must understand that Mike Wilson is one of the biggest bears. All the analysts I share with you, right, only he says that S&P will end down. Okay, and he says that, right, the market will be going to hit at least 4,000 for S&P 500. So he says that they're going to go double down on the defense side, meaning go to utilities, consumer staples, and healthcare. Now, the last time he said this was last winter when he said that the counter S&P will go down. I'll show you that very soon. He said that, right, it should go down to 4,000. Okay, but of course, later I'll show you where he said. To him, is that the only way it can be wrong is when earnings start to be surprising. Now, I don't think the earnings will be good. I already tell you guys, my view is that the earnings won't be good. At least the projection won't be fantastic. So that's why I believe that we are on the same line or same page on this case here. So this is what he said back then in January, where he says that double down on defense because stock will plunge by another 10%. And Mike Wilson says back then itself, right, this should be going down to below 4,000 for the S&P 500. He says that because of the challenging earnings, and he believes that the slow growth, and well, basically he was the only one calling for bear back then. So everybody back then itself in January was calling for bull, only he called for bear. And of course, people laugh at him because this is what happened. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, look at the chart. Now, this is where it is. Okay, at the start of the year itself, right? In fact, the earlier stage itself, he'd been calling for bear for a while already. And of course, that was where the market before this start of the start of the year come in, and the market came down all the way. Now, this is where he again was interviewed on the 24th of January. All right, that was where he says that the market will go down by around 10% because 4,000 was actually somewhere around here, right? So, but the market almost instantly after the day, he said that the market did dive down quite a fair bit. You can see a long tail over there. But then after that, what happened? The market instantly rebounded. So that was where people laugh at him and say, hey, you are wrong. You calling it at 4,300 and now it's at 4,600, okay? Then after that, we can see there's a double top over here and the market plunged. And of course, when the market broke see, this is the day that he called for it, right? When the market broke below this point itself, the market goes down lower than it is. So basically he was right. Then after that, he was still staying on with his bearish tone. The market found strength again and the market bring it even higher. Okay, so the question now is this. So if you look at it now, this was where he calls for the first time in January. Okay, and he was right in a way. Now the market is even higher. The question mark is it being silly or is he going to be right? Or you think that he's really too pessimistic? Or you think that, you know, he has a view that may really sees this happening here? All right, guys, so I want you guys to give me your view right now. Do you think he's correct or do you think he's wrong? Please key your view right now. Let me see your view. Yeah, everybody? Oh, I take some water. Okay, so Jerry says that likely he is correct. Okay, Louis says he is correct. Ray Young says he is correct. Right, by Anthony, Louis, Kelza. Okay, so a lot of you guys say it's correct. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. All right, because my view and his view is the same. So okay, let's see how it goes. Yeah, but of course, from the another point of view, he seemed to be very wrong because this is where he calls for it. The market did came down, but not a lot. And now at the higher price, he's still calling for it. Maybe the market may just rock him off and go all the way up. Okay, let's see. Okay, only time will tell. Yeah, only time will tell. All right. Now, while we are on this itself, right, there's something I don't know. I don't think that the media has picked it up yet, or maybe they pick it up. I miss it because this is considered a big deal, but not on the front page apparently. Do you know that, right, SoftBank liquidated most of the portfolio of the Nasdaq whale trading unit? The Japanese tech group, right, SB North Star Fund, has racked up $6 to $7 billion of losses. Oh my goodness. All right, so the thing is this, okay, SoftBank, okay, they really have cleared all their position, yeah, of the abortive internal hedge fund called SB North Star, okay. And we know that back then itself, right, they did a very notorious Nasdaq whale trade. They really basically whack in all the options, and after that they forced a lot of this short squeeze on the US stocks. So the time itself, right, he made as much as $40 billion at one stage itself. Sorry, my bad. He made about $4 billion profit at one stage. $4 billion. All right. So that's a lot of money, right? Okay. The point is this. You see this guy. This is a former Deutsche Bank trader. He's only 40 years old. My goodness. Okay, executing a complex derivative transaction and earned notoriety of his peer under the controversial bet. Okay. So anyway, the point is this. Okay, $4 billion. Let me just show you something here itself. Okay. Now remember back then itself when Nasdaq was going nutcase itself, right? Because they basically when the Nasdaq was coming down. All right, they went in to buy a lot of the options, okay? And then what happened after that? They squeezed the Wall Street. So Wall Street over this period of time was being short squeezed by them. And that causes the Wall Street to come in to buy heavily on the mother share to prepare to exchange. for the options. But of course, before they can do that, this North Star, they actually came in and booked their profit. So actually, in short, they made Wall Street pay $4 billion. Now, at that point itself, if he had just stopped whatever he's doing, he would have been pretty good. But what happened is that he thought that this is good, he continued. But this time around, Wall Street come in and make sure he gave back all the $4 billion profit and lose even more as the market purposely sell down to take them out. So that was the thing here. Not only they lost all the profit of $4 billion, they even lose more. Okay, then of course, when the recent attack on the Chinese counters is all right, this is where it seemed to be. Now this one is where I get it from elsewhere. Apparently it's all right. SoftBank lost nearly $10 billion in its DD position alone. All right, and a lot of stuff. So that really probably, that means that I'm pretty sure that this SB counter, this hedge fund also have lost quite a bit of money. So to be a joke of it itself, it's a joke, yeah. Apparently they're saying this SB North Star Fund. Maybe the problem is he doesn't know what SB stands for, yeah. SB, you know, SB in Chinese in the market now they call it Sabi. So how can Sabi actually make money from the market? So this is something that well, we know SB was SoftBank lah, just for the rub of it. So the thing is this now, wow, $7 billion. Jeez, okay, you can do a lot of money. I mean, there was some saying, how can you lose $7 billion? Even you just buy and hold for long term, you also won't lose, right? So again, so even though you had the most sophisticated, most complicated, most complex derivative or resources or team members and whatever materials you can call it, if you don't know how to do this properly, you don't know how to put stop loss, end of the day, anything will also be gone. Yeah, okay, so this is what actually happened. Yeah, pretty sad. All right, so that is for today's MAO in terms of the content itself. I said today's a bit watered down because I have lost something to do this morning. All right, let's look at the charts for this morning. Yeah, let's go. All right, the bull goes moo, the bear goes grr, and the lemming goat is different this time. Okay, now the first thing first, today the Chinese market is closed. Yeah, so we won't be seeing anything else. Yeah, but of course, ideally looks good, but you can see what happened in Shanghai itself. So once again, this is all the funds coming in. Now, there's only one thing that I want to reiterate on this point. Remember, this was the day whereby the Chinese stock market, right, the news came out, and of course, the stock price shoot up all the way. Yeah, shoot up all the way. All right, then I told you, right, this is a very big candle, and if the news is true and it's going to be sustained, you take the MLP of this white candle, all right, and if the market is to go up, cannot go up, right, likely you'll come down to this MLP. But if the market stays above the MLP of this white candle, that means that this news is true. Definitely there'll be some buying coming in, and true be told, the buying really came in. Okay, so that means that at this junction now, there are two things to take note of because of what's going on in China now. As long as the market stays above this moving average, right, you can see that. All right, as long as it stays above it, right, it should be okay. Only when it goes below it, only when it goes below this moving average, then I'm very certain there will be some selling. And of the selling itself, right, it will likely bring it down to this point here again. This is the MLP of the white candle. And then I expect market to bounce around here again, because that's what you saw here. Only when the market go and close below the MLP, then I can guarantee you this, the market is going to go down way lower than it should be. All right. So until then, nothing more. Stay long at the moment right now for the China market, because you cannot fight with the funds. Even though you can see the Shanghai thing is so terrible right now. So Shanghai is the heart of the China economy. But I'm so sorry, as long as the funds are available, the funds are there, no matter what, the market will still be going up. Okay. All right. Clear? Very important. Yeah. Unless this thing really happened. Okay. Okay, let's look at the Dow Jones for today. Now, the Dow Jones, we can see a very interesting thing happening already. Let's take a look. Now, first of all, you can see right now that the Dow Jones came down and touched the SL of the BNB. The SL of the BNB is a very strong support, because if it goes below the SL, then it will go down to the extension -1 × 1, right? But if it doesn't, then that means that you become a support. So now the thing is this, the market will be challenging the RL, okay, of this BNB. So the RL of this BNB today is quite near to the pivot one. So pivot one itself is 35,008, right? So that means that, right, if the market can stay above OP today, it may go and challenge the MA200, that's 34,973. Now, if it stays above it itself, right, then it will be able to challenge the pivot one. And of course, if we challenge the pivot one, then naturally we should see further upside. Yeah, we should see further upside. Okay, this is something that I need to share with you. Okay, very, very important. Okay, so the market might be going up itself. All right. Now, one good reason is because you can see the KSI is still pretty strong. The KSI is staying green and it's an uptick of yesterday on. So likely there will be some buying interest. Now, of course, even if the market comes down, it may be able to see some buying on the bottom. MLP is 34,875. This MLP will likely be the very critical support for today. Now, we are now pretty near here. Just now, the market, the low was 879, and then it rebounded already. So again, 34,875 will be a critical level. Now, only if the market breaks below 875, then maybe we will see some profit taking. Okay, so that it will be for the Dow Jones. All right, next one, Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq is different. You can see a little bit now. The Nasdaq has went higher. The Nasdaq did a CCRY yesterday. So by right itself, the Nasdaq should be able to go higher to 15,393. Now 15,258 is a very strong KCB. It's a very strong KCB, and it resisted the market twice the last week. So maybe the market may come up here again, stop here, and then go to the pivot one. So same thing again, if the market failed to cross this point here, 15,258, if it fail, then it will pull back again. And that'll be the third time or the fourth time, a third time already. So that may actually give some people the reason to be careful, yeah? Now for this KSI, now you can see it's a KSI jump. Now for the 15 intake, you can consider to use what I share with you on the 15 intake. And for the new student, for the current student, just give me a while. I'm just going to back test this more, and I'll give, once I really confirm with this concept, I will share it for you. Okay, so take note of that, yeah, traders. Okay, for the 15 intake, and try what I shared with you recently. All right, so that is S&P coming in. Now S&P 500 also did a CCRY, and also it has a potential to go towards this point now, and that's 4610. Okay, 4610. MLP is quite low. It's at 45.64. So now where we are now is 45.79. So it's about 15 points away. So most likely the S&P is still all right at the point right now. Yeah, still okay. Okay, upside is 46.10. Now because Hong Kong is closed today, we skip Hong Kong. Let's look at Nikkei. Now Nikkei is forming itself nicely. Nikkei is coming off because of the MA. You can see that the MA 200 27,929 is actually resisting it right now. Now the Nikkei tries to break below the P2 27,698, but it rebounded again. Now let me just show something important here. Look at it, the KSI. The KSI is red. It's uptick red. So that means the selling is there. So that's why when the KSI is red, you look out for selling, right? So that's why the market hit MA itself, you can look to sell. So let's look at the 5-minute chart to see better. Okay, hold on. Okay, you can see right now why the Nikkei sell off this morning. You can see that the green dots are all there because it basically triggered the MA 200. So when it triggered the MA 200, it couldn't go higher. That is whereby I told you, whenever you see green dot, there's only two directions it will go. Either it's going to be up or going to be down in this way. So the market chose downwards, and of course, look at the selling. Oh my God, the Nikkei just sold down all the way to KTR -3, very fast. Okay, very fast. But at the same time, you notice there's a bomb right at the bottom, right? So you put the bomb down there. And you put a two-liner. This is the top line, and this is the bottom line. You can see very clear that the market itself was, it's not here. Let's bring it away. Okay, let's redraw this. It should be here instead. Yeah. So once the market stays above the area, you can see there's some buying, and of course the KSI now shows that the buying interest has increased. That's why you see the Nikkei recover a little bit more than usual, yeah, at the moment now. But then again, what is more important is knowing this, guys. This is very, very important, yeah. This will definitely help you to know when it's a big movement is coming up. That's why our moving average usage is very unique. Okay, all right. Okay, done. That's Nikkei. The DAX now. The DAX yesterday was a pretty interesting day. The DAX KSI already turns red, so it should be selling. So yesterday the DAX did open and came down. It came down to almost pivot 2, then rebounded, and it triggered the MLP and recovered. So now what we see is that at the point now DAX is at CCRY, but the strength isn't really there. But of course, in terms of buying, this buy versus the previous entry is still higher. So by right itself, right, today we should see the DAX trading higher. But if the market failed because of whatever reason now, because it's getting nearer and nearer to home because of the thingy, then a pullback is expected. If you see coming down, it'll be coming for this MA30, and that's 14,233. So watch out for this. The market may be coming down for this 14,233 for the DAX. And as I said, I would suggest to you, if the market can hold it up, then you can consider to buy from here. Okay, so we have that. Let's look at crude oil. Now, crude oil is, I told you, it's because of the Russia thingy right now, even though they're putting so much crude oil into the system, but the market still absorbed. The only downer is that the KSI retained as rate and its uptick rate. So even for today, if the price goes up, right, it will be resisted by at least this number, if not this number. Okay, first number to be resisted 104.80, and next number itself will be 105.43, which is actually for today. Maybe you can see those pick. Just like now, at the moment now, that even though there is so much supply in the market retaliated by buying. So of course, if the market look at it from a trend point of view, this is triangle. So it seems that the market looks like it may be going higher. Now, my personal belief is that if it's gonna be, if you can stay above 104, yeah, I believe that if any time this counter called crude oil can stay above 104, then there is a very good chance that it will come down to here. So what level is this? Let me just take a look. This level here itself. Okay, this level here is 109.26. Yeah. So if you can actually come here, all right, 109.26, it will be good. Okay. So let us see what will happen now. 109.76, will the crude oil be able to go all the way there itself? That will be a very incredible trade, yeah? Okay. Okay, let's look at gold. Gold is now coming off a little bit. Gold overall is all right. Okay, it's basically trying to stabilize itself. Now, this is probably the 5th day already that gold is going sideways. So of course, what will happen next is that if the market can stay up, it must cross 1935 first, consider the pivot 1. Then downside is 1913. But the thing is this, these two range are very tight, and of course the thing is this, likely, you know, this thing will just hang on for a while. All right, 1941 is the strong resistance, which I think that that's the reason why this stock cannot go much higher. All right, so watch out for that. Now, support-wise itself, right, MLP, but also not too near. So maybe you can see the last support is the KCB at 1907. Okay, all right, 1907. Okay, so that is for gold. Let's look at silver. Now, for silver itself, you can see silver is really coming down very slowly, but very gently. It's likely going to go down to here itself, I believe. It's going to go down to $24 and $1.35. Okay, $24 and $1.35. Okay, 0.135, 30 cents more. Now the thing is that the only thing is that the KSI is green, but the blue bars are extending, so it'll be a mixed back signal. But I still think that a drop down to 24.30, a drop to 24.13 will be a good time to consider to look at it. But if it can drop down all the way to here to 23.82, be even better, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the Bitcoin, Ethereum, a quick one on this one before I do a fixed one later, yeah? Okay, so we can see that the BTC it's a doji directional day, and now BTC is moving upwards. So as long as the market stays above OP for today VIX, for today's Bitcoin should be able to go up to 47,697. Okay, there's a high chance for it to happen. Okay, now if the market basically comes down, then of course the next target downside will be here, 45,117. Okay. Okay, all right, so that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. And of course for Ethereum, let's take a look. Right, for Ethereum, it's still pushing up, not stopping. It's a DJDD2. So I believe that it will still go to practice towards here, 3612. Okay, I still believe that you're going to go to 3612. Downside itself, right? If you lose MLP, because MLP and pivot 2 is very near. So if the market goes down, then maybe, sorry, it's not I was saying too near. Sorry, it's not very near. It's quite far away. Okay, if the market goes down, then the downside itself will be pivot 2, 34, 38. So I don't think that it will drop down so much for today. So I think likelihood it will stay sideways, but more towards the upside. Okay, because the KSI is green, and again, no movement bar at the bottom. So this tells you that the market is pretty bullish at the moment. Yeah. Okay, last one will be talking about this VIX. Yeah, I know some of you have bought VIX on the my sharing, so I'm going to just cover a little bit more before we end this MAO. Okay, give me a while, let me set up first. Okay, let's talk about the VIX first. Now the VIX spot market has came down below 20 yesterday. Now it was hovering above 20. Yesterday came down to 18. Now this is where you have to really ask yourself, did you do your risk management? Okay. Now my point is this, I already tell you guys, for VIX is a very interesting tool whereby the lower it goes, the more you buy. All right, the lower it goes, the more you buy. Now again, let me bring it back to 2020 when it was at the low here itself, and that low is 12. Okay, 11 to 12. Okay, that was a low back in 2020. All right, before the pandemic comes in and the thing shoot like crazy after that. Then the next time this happened itself was somewhere around here, whereby the low itself is about 14 to 15. Okay, and of course it was something spectacular, but the thing went up to the high of 38. Okay. All right, so with this understanding now, I suspect that 18 will be the next base, because this is 11 to 12, this is 14 to 15, so we're going to see a probably 17 to 18 base. Okay, all right, in terms of level. So if you think that you can take on, you can go and buy more VIX. If you think that no, you want to buy it cheaper, then it's 15. If you say no, you want to buy it cheapest, then it'll be 12. Okay. Now let me just show you historical chart, yeah, historical chart of VIX. Okay, let me bring back all the way for you. Okay, before we know, all the way back to maybe where you can have now. Okay, so now the last time when we see something like so crazy, you went down to here, and this point is about 8 to 10. Now I don't know whether can this happen again, because this was happened just because before the holding go crazy in 2018. So the question is, okay, so if I buy one VIX and I hold it down, the maximum I can see is about 8. And 8 itself is not the lowest number, but it's somewhere at a good level. Then of course you consider the average up, average down in this case. It's not the best way to strategize this, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. So today I will definitely be looking to buy more VIX. And of course, if you go down to 15, more. If you go to 12, even more. If you come to 8 and 10, I'll buy even more. Okay, are we clear with this? Now this is not for trading. This is for buying as a holding because we are just anticipating that there could be some crazy stuff happening the next 2-3 weeks, and we must just want to get a win of it, get something out of it itself. So if let's say Mike Wilson is going to be correct, then of course this counter will be very, very the reward itself will be fantastic. Okay, all right. One more to go before we go is this Occidental Petroleum. Okay, guys, I tell you, please do me a favor. If you keep on texting me and asking me about this counter, then maybe you must understand where am I coming from again. Now, yesterday crude oil price went up. I understand. Then people say, how come the crude oil price goes up, but how come the Occidental Petroleum don't goes up? My friends, do understand this. It's not really direct relationship. Okay, even it's direct relationship, the response will don't be immediate, right? The thing is this: the volume is going down because majority of it is bought by investors already. So that's why you must understand. This counter itself, I told you, if you ever this counter because of whatever reason nosedive down to 47 or 45, I will definitely be buying to keep. So that's why my strategy is one way is that I buy a lot of VIX first example, and then after that, if I make money from VIX, that means volatility have increases. Maybe the crude oil price may go down or go up. I also don't know. Then if this Occidental share really come down, I can use the profit from the VIX to buy this. To me, this counter to go up to $80 to $90 in about 1 year time, 1 year is not a problem. But I also tell you that I'm pretty bearish with the market at the moment right now. So I'm not half surprised if the bearishness will push the counter down to $45 to $47. Okay, then of course, that is a very good time to buy because that was where Warren Buffett bought. And of course, if you want to squeeze it down all the way to the very, very initial state when Warren Buffett bought at about $36, $37, then that will be the spot there. Okay. So of course, am I copying the homework of this Larry? Quite proud of this this Warren Buffett. Of course, I'm copying it, but because I do my homework, I know that crude oil price will still be going up in the later part of the year. So because of all these things itself, right, I think it's a very good time to look to buy for long term. Okay, so I give you both sides of the coin now. So take note of that. Please understand what I'm trying to say. To me itself, Occidental to hit $80 to $90 in about 1 year time, I'm kind of quite confident with that. Okay, that will be all for today's MAO. Thank you once again for waiting for me. Right, I have a good lunch. We will have our Super Tuesday revision later. All right, timing wise, it should be about 4 o'clock so that everybody can join in. Yep. Okay, that's Cal signing off. This is bye bye everybody. Thank you. Bye bye.